All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into Illinois House Bill 5486, which is known as the Office of Genealogical Affairs Study Commission Act, and it's sponsored by Representative Carol Ammons.
So what's this bill really about? Well, it's important to know that it doesn't actually create a new state office right off the bat. Instead, it's all about taking a crucial and really responsible first step, setting up a commission to thoroughly study the idea, to figure out if it's even feasible and how it could work best for the people of Illinois.
Now, you might be asking, why is a study like this even necessary? Well, it's because this bill is trying to tackle a deep-rooted historical problem, one that affects countless families all across Illinois.
You see, for so many families, especially those from communities that have been historically pushed to the margins, tracing their roots is a massive challenge. We're talking about records that might be missing, that might have been destroyed, or maybe were never even created in the first place. I mean, imagine trying to piece together your family's story when the pieces are scattered all over the state, with no real map to guide you. That's kind of the reality right now, just a patchwork of services with no central support.
And this isn't just an observation, right? The bill itself formally acknowledges the systemic issue right there in its official findings. And that's a huge deal. It's the state officially recognizing that these histories weren't just lost, they were often actively erased. This gives real, official weight to the challenges these communities have been talking about for generations.
So how does this bill propose to fix this? Well, it's not with some quick, rushed solution. It's actually through a very deliberate and methodical process.
Instead of just rushing to create a new program, HB486 proposes a really measured and responsible first step. It establishes a temporary, expert-led commission to conduct a comprehensive evaluation. Think of it like doing your homework before you start a massive project.
And this is where we really see the depth of what they're proposing. The commission isn't just asking, hey, is this a good idea? It's digging deep into the how. How can an office provide reparative services to help heal historical wounds? How can it support accountability? And get this, how could it even help with official administrative things that rely on proving who you're related to? This is a really comprehensive mission.
Now, to tackle an issue this complex, you need a diverse team of experts, and that's exactly what this bill calls for. We're not just talking about genealogists. We're talking about historians, public health professionals who understand things like intergenerational trauma, data security experts to protect sensitive information, and, this is so important, leaders from the descendant communities themselves. This makes sure every single angle is considered.
Okay, so let's zoom out. Beyond the mechanics of putting together a commission, what's the broader impact here? Why does a study like this actually matter to the people of Illinois?
This isn't just about dusty old records. This connects to some really fundamental human needs. We're talking about the ability to reconstruct your family's story, which is a core part of personal identity. It's about the state stepping up and fulfilling its responsibility to all of its citizens. And of course, in this day and age, it's about making absolutely sure this work is done ethically, with ironclad protection for deeply personal information.
So, for any policymakers out there, what are the key details that make this a smart, practical piece of legislation? Well, a lot of that comes down to the refinements that were made during the amendment process. Let's get right to the bottom line. What are these key improvements? And, maybe most importantly, what's the cost to the taxpayer?
The bill has actually been refined through an amendment to make it even more robust. They specifically added expertise in data governance and privacy, which is absolutely critical. It also brought in that public health perspective we mentioned and made the appointment structure more flexible to ensure the most qualified experts are at the table. And here is the fiscal note, which is often the bottom line. The cost? Zero. There are no immediate implementation costs because this bill only authorizes a study. It's designed to figure out potential costs and how to fund them before the state commits to a new permanent program.
So when you boil it all down, HB 5486 is the definition of a measured, expert-driven approach. It's about looking before you leap, doing the homework to make sure that if Illinois does move forward, it does so in a way that is effective, responsible, and just.
Ultimately, a yes vote on this bill isn't a vote for a new government program. It's a vote for a careful, thoughtful evaluation of how the state can better serve all of its families as they try to connect with their history and their identity.
This whole discussion leaves us with a pretty profound question for our modern age. How do we balance that deep human need to access our history with the critical need to protect our data? The work of this potential commission will be right at the heart of that challenge, helping to define the future of identity, history, and public service in Illinois.